Hello, this is Tony, aka the Tonester from IamWithTheTonester.com. And today I want to talk to you about branding your business and why that's so important. And also I want to talk to you a little bit about if you haven't branded it, why not? Because I have a feeling one of the reasons might be you're not treating your online marketing business like a business. Maybe you're treating it more like a hobby, or maybe you're just dabbling. And what I want to tell you right here and right now, if you're dabbling in something, you're not going to make a success of it. And that seems kind of obvious to me, but maybe not to you or to a lot of other people out there. And what I want to do is give you an example. Think about this. Think about if you're opening any other type of business, any physical business. Perhaps it's a pizza restaurant. Maybe you want to start a bookkeeping service where you are keeping books for different companies. Do you think that you could just dabble in that a little bit and make enough money to quit your job and to fire your boss and to be able to strike out on your own? Well, the answer is no, you will not be able to. And honestly, you need to go all in if you want to make enough money to change your life. You just can't dabble and make enough money to change your life. Despite what you might hear out there from other internet marketers selling get rich quick schemes or make X amount of money within 2 weeks, don't believe it. It's not, most of the time, it's not true. You really need to go all in on your online business if you're going to make a success of it and you're going to make enough money in order to quit your job and live the entrepreneur dream. So that being said, I want to get back into branding here and why you need to brand your business, because that is an extremely important part of treating your business like a business, and that is branding. So before I get into that, though, I'm going to switch over to the slide presentation. I've created a slide presentation for you because I don't want to miss anything. I want to make sure I cover everything. So hang on one second. I'll switch over to that and we'll get going. Hello, this is the Toaster, and I'm back here with my slide presentation. And I want to talk to you about branding your business. And the question I want to ask you is, why is building your small business brand so important? Well, it's really important because you want to connect with the right type of people. And in order to do that, you need to portray an image that's going to get them to connect with you and become raving fans of your business. That's what you're after. You're after raving fans. You're after the know, like, and trust factor, and raving fans that will promote you by word of mouth. They'll recommend you to other people because they think you're so great. And that's what you really need to have in business. And one of the ways you accomplish that is to figure out what kind of branding you want to put out into the world and let that be your message to your customers. And I want to give you a couple of examples of businesses that have done well with branding. And one of them is, we'll start with Disney, Walt Disney Company. And they did an excellent job at branding. Now, I'm a big fan of Walt Disney World and amusement parks, and also of their movies. And what they've done with their amusement parks is their brand is quality and attention to detail. And their brand is also expense. They're one of the most expensive amusement parks in the US. I'm not sure about around the world, but they can do that because their brand is, we're giving you a quality experience, we're giving you attention to detail, we're giving you cutting edge technology in our parks, and they think that their customers will pay for it, and in fact they will. So that is Disney's brand, and they do it really, really well. They also, another part of their brand is magic. You know, when you go to Walt Disney World, it's called the Magic Kingdom. When you watch their movies, it's all about magical experiences. So that's another part of their brand that they tout extensively, and it really works because kids, children, they want magical experiences, and that's what they get with Walt Disney. Another brand that you'll recognize is Apple. Now, Apple's gone to great lengths to establish their brand as the cutting edge technology, as the cool factor, as as the innovator and the quality as well, and the more expensive quality you'll pay for. That's what Apple does, and Apple does that quite well as in addition to Walt Disney. So, and then the third brand I want to mention is Coca-Cola. I mean, they've established a brand by advertising the funness of drinking Coke. You know, when you watch a television commercial and people are drinking Coke, what are they doing? They're having a good time. They're on the beach, maybe they're, I don't know, I don't really remember a lot of their commercials now, but I just know that I remember the feeling I've gotten when watching their commercials, and that is drink Coke and you'll have fun. Life will be fun. And that's the brand that they put out. So these three companies have done an excellent job. There's no denying it about branding. And you may say to yourself, well, I'm no Coca-Cola or I'm no Walt Disney. Well, of course you're not, not yet. But the fact of the matter is you're a small business, and it's even more important for small businesses like yours to brand yourself so that you can connect with the customers that you want to connect with in a way that your message will resonate with them. And once you do that, you'll have a list of raving fans that will recommend you, and you'll have them eating out of the palm of your hands. And that's what you really want. Of course, there's an art and a technique to branding, but that's what you really want with that. So now, what is your brand? I guess that's what you have to ask yourself. What is your brand? Do you want to target, if you're in the online marketing space, do you want to target new people? Do you want to target people that have been struggling for years and haven't been able to make it? Do you want to target women, housewives that are sitting at home and just want to make some extra money? Do you want to talk about do you want to market to the business owner that, not the business owner, but the worker that's working for a company and he doesn't like his job, he's making a lot of money, but he doesn't like it and he wants to go out on his own? I mean, who are the people that you're targeting, and what type of message do you want to bring to them? So you need to figure out what your brand is going to be, and then you need to start implementing that. Now, how do you do that? Well, that's what I want to tell you next. So here's how to create a brand for yourself. And I'm going to go through some things that you need to remember and you need to think about as you're working your online marketing business. You need to think about how you're communicating these things to your customers. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to create a logo for your business. And that's one of the first things that people are going to see. It's one of the first things that you can do to stand out. And when people see your logo all over the place, once they get to know your business and they know your logo, they'll see your logo in different places and they'll automatically know who you are if they're familiar with you, and they'll automatically know, like, and trust you. And that logo just might get them to actually click a link or click something that they might see later because it has your logo on it and they already know, like, and trust you. So by all means, you need to have a logo. If you don't know how to do graphics design and you can't design your own logo, go on Fiverr. There's a lot of people on there that will design really nice looking logos for really inexpensive, probably $5. You can get a logo designed, and you really need to do that as one of your branding strategies. Also, a color scheme. This comes into your logo, and you can say that whatever kind of color scheme your logo is using, you should use that in your business correspondence, on your website. Anything you put out should have the same type of color scheme. If you're using bright colors like reds and greens and purples, continue to use that. Maybe you want subdued colors like grays and blues, whatever it is, but always keep that same color scheme going. That's part of your brand. The next thing is fonts and the overall design. Now, usually when you're putting out business correspondence, you'll be writing a lot of things, and you choose the fonts. It's necessary for you to use the same type of fonts. Definitely think about the size and the types of fonts you're using. And if you don't really remember from writing to writing, then make notes and write them down, and always use the same ones. On your website, the same thing. I mean, don't change fonts on each page. Keep everything looking consistent. That's part of your brand as well that you really need to decide. Also, your personality. This is a big one. You know, your personality is your brand, and I highly recommend, like I do, and like a lot of other people online do, is you need to be the face of the brand, or maybe have a face of your brand that might not be you. And let me give you an idea on this. I heard, I had read some training from Russell Brunson, who's a very good internet marketer today and makes a lot of money. He calls this an attractive character, and it's so important in a business to have an attractive character. Now, maybe that's you. Maybe you don't think you're attractive. It doesn't matter. You need to have a character that's appealing, not necessarily in looks, but in personality or whatever. It needs to be attractive and it needs to draw people in. And think about the Geico gecko from Geico. Think about that character. Think about Ronald McDonald, the clown from McDonald's. I mean, a lot of successful businesses have attractive characters, and you need to think about what your attractive character is going to be. And hopefully that's you, that's your face, that's your personality. I hope my personality comes across in my videos. Mine's different than Russell Brunson, that's different than Frank Kern's, that's different than Miles Beckler. I mean, everybody has their own personality, and everybody's personality plays into the brand. You are your brand, and since no one else can be you, you're going to be unique and you're going to be different, and that's going to be your brand. So I highly recommend that you be the face of your own brand and have an attractive personality that's going to draw people in. Next is your style, and that's your style of delivery. Like, I'm giving you information on YouTube videos here, and my delivery style is what it is. I don't try to change my style to fit a mold or to make it more. Well, I do try to make my videos more appealing, but I'm not changing my style. My style is my style, and that's my brand, and that's what people are going to get used to. And I hope I hope you're connecting with that, because I'm really trying to do that in my videos. So think about your brand and think about how you're going to create it, and always be consistent with your brand. Always be consistent. You know, use yourself as your personality. You are your brand. Create a logo. You can even create a tagline, or maybe a slogan like making your business life easier, or whatever that might be. But it's a good idea to have something like that, because that's going to be your tagline in your business, and you need to promote that everywhere. You know, if you notice on the bottom of the screen, I am with the Tonester.com is part of this screen. I say the name of my blog every time I start a video. I mean, that's part of my branding. So you need to focus on that and establish your brand for what it is. And by all means, think about this more. Don't just haphazardly decide to do things here or there, or willy-nilly, or one day you do things one way, another day you do things another way. That's not going to be a consistent brand for your customers. That's not going to get them to know, like, and trust you and follow you and become raving fans. So I hope this information has helped you. I hope you can really use this branding information to help you come up with a brand of your own. And good luck with your internet marketing career, and I will see you in the next video.